So as humans, we love routine and predictability until we don't. If your relationship is feeling stale or boring, my next guest has 4 ways to keep things fresh. Life coach Georgia Anderson is joining me. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Brooke.
We've been having a frantic catch-up. We have only conversed so far, we're realizing, virtually.
Yes, every time I come, there's someone subbing for
I'm
you.
sorry, I'm here today, and I'm so glad to meet
I'm
you
so
face to
happy.
face. I admire your warmth and your wisdom. And this topic is an interesting one, how to keep your relationship fresh. And I actually love, Georgia, that you're using the word fresh and not refresh, indicating or implying this is not like a boost or a jump charge. This is work we should be doing all the time.
Absolutely. I think as human beings, we are meant to always be growing and changing, right? And so should our relationships. They should always be moving and changing, and we should be learning new things about each other and life together.
And I think I know the answer, but I'll ask anyway. Do you find this does need to be a conscious effort? Like as life moves, because it moves quickly, and as relationships evolve or we evolve personally, do you have to put a concentrated effort on this idea of evolving your relationship?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, you know, our brains love patterns. They like habit. And so it's easy to fall into ruts. And that can be good in some ways. You know, you don't want to have to think about how to drive your car every time you drive it.
Right.
But you also want to have novelty in life and this ability to grow and change. And
Yeah, but speak more to that balance, safety versus novelty.
Okay.
You say we need both.
Yes, we do. And this is really from Esther Perel, the very famous author that writes about relationships. She talks about every relationship needing a sense of safety so that you know you're safe in that relationship and that you're loyal to each other.
You're comfortable. Those are the routines you talk about, the predictability.
Right. But then you also need this sense of mystery and novelty in your relationship that keeps you alive, that gives you a sense of eros, she calls it, you know? So this sense of have new and fresh and something to look forward to.
And that's probably where we need to focus our energy more. The safety comes naturally as we grow old together, like we like to say.
Yeah.
But that novelty takes a little bit more work. You have 4 ways we can create a healthy balance of the safety and the novelty you described. And the first one is to get moving.
That's right. So I love to work with the body, with my clients and with myself. I find that change comes best when I involve my body first. It comes faster when I involve my body. So I think the first and easiest way to create novelty in your life and your relationship is to get your body moving. And if it's in a partnership, move your bodies together, even if it means going for a walk after dinner together, or you know, going for a hike, or you know, kayak, or go take ballroom dancing. Something where you're moving together can create new eyes toward each other.
It's a different energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dr. Matt Townsend always teaches us that men bond through activity, but I appreciate what you're saying, that there's a freshness that comes as you're connecting while moving. That just makes sense. The environment and the stimulation would add a different vibe. You want us to reunite with an old activity as well in pursuit of a more fresh relationship.
Absolutely. And this is something that's a little easier because you can think back to the beginning of your relationship and think, what was it that lit a spark about this person with me?
Yeah.
Right? So what was your first date? Could you recreate the first date for fun?
Isn't that funny? We went golfing.
Okay.
And we rarely go golfing now because we've got 4 caddies that want to come. But the idea of recreating those memories, I love that.
Yeah, so you guys going golfing together would be a perfect example. Like, and even down to like wearing something similar to what you did on that first date.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so recreating some happy memory that you have together that you haven't done in a while is a great way to boost or recreate freshness. So
you also want us to explore something new, something different.
These are my favorite. This is my favorite.
You just
one.
lit up. I saw that. You like this idea.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you a story about something I did.
I'm ready.
Okay, and this was 6 years ago, and Brooke, I still get so much mileage from my husband.
What did you do?
So my husband likes to motorcycle. I don't. And we have camped before, but we'd never been glamping. So he was at work one day. I had a free day. I went up the canyon and set up a glamp for us.
Okay.
Like, I set the fire. I put foil dinners in the cooler and had them ready. I set up a tent with like the cushiest bed and pillows and everything in it, and flowers on the table and the whole 9 yards.
Look at this.
And I drove home, and he came home from work, and I pretended nothing was happening, and I said, hey, let's go for a motorcycle ride. And immediately he was like, what?
He's like, who are you? What have you done with my girl?
And so we hopped on the motorcycle. I'm like, hey, let's go up here. Oh, hey, let's turn here.
Yeah.
Well, we turn in, and there's this camp set up. And like, we had dinner, we roasted marshmallows, we slept in the comfy bed, we sat by the river.
And he thought you were the bee's knees.
He did. And this literally has been 5 years of mileage out of that. So it was a surprise. It was like a mystery date where I was thinking about something that would make him really happy.
Yeah.
And me too.
Yeah.
But I surprised him. So that idea of surprising each other is really fun. Make it playful and fun.
Do something new or different.
Yeah.
Finally, something you can do at home in your downtime to keep things feeling fresh.
Yeah. So this one is just really simple. We can do this every day. So think about what your routine is at home and what your partner's routine is at home. And see if you can't switch something up. And it might take a little conversation. Say, hey, for a month, I'd like to take on the yard work, or I'd like to take on the cooking, or I'd like to take on whatever, paying bills, whatever it is. See if you could switch it up just for a month. I think doing this creates appreciation for what each other does.
Yeah.
And it also breaks you out of your routine.
Yes.
Right? And makes things kind of fresh that way.
So you're saying I have to mow the lawn?
Well, you pick. You pick.
Okay. I might pick something different. But I
Maybe not the
appreciate that.
lawn.
I appreciate that it's an everyday activity, right?
Yeah.
But in switching roles, you're going to have conversation, you're going to have questions, connection, right, over all this activity.
Yeah, and most importantly, appreciation for what that other person's been doing.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Challenge accepted. 4 ways to keep our relationships fresh. Where can we get more advice from you, Georgia?
Hey, I'm on Instagram, Georgia Anderson Coaching, or georgiaandersoncoaching.com.
All right, the website is on your screen. We'll link it from our website too. Great to see you in person.
Nice to
Let's
see
do it again.
Thank you.
I'll be here, I promise.